Tens of thousands of Minnesotans are now learning they owe money to the State Department of Revenue. But it's not because of an error on their part, but the state's. MDR is looking to collect after discovering an error in its paperwork. As I found out, it's creating a mess for local accountants.
It's a big thing. I can't personally believe they let it go this long and they didn't catch it on their end.
He's not talking about a scam.
They're still trickling in.
He's talking about this, a letter from the Minnesota Department of Revenue asking for more money from 2019 and 2020 tax returns.
It's a mess. I don't know what else to tell you.
Bill Ortley is senior partner at Ortley and Plesh Court in Rochester. He tells me,
this is the worst I've seen. I've been doing this 42 years. This is the worst on the state level that I've ever seen.
According to the Minnesota Department of Revenue, 2019 legislation shifted the Minnesota standard tax deduction. But when MDR updated its forms for the upcoming tax season, there was a mistake. The calculation reduced the standard deduction by 20%. When it should have been reduced by 80%, meaning 45,000 Minnesotans who filed jointly and made more than $350,000 a year now owe more money to the state. In total, about $38.4 million.
But this is what kills me when you ask if something makes me a little angry. They bury it back here and they don't give a super great explanation.
On the back in small font, it reads, "This adjustment was due to an issue with our worksheet, not errors you or your tax preparer made. We did not assess penalty or interest that would have been due solely to this adjustment."
We regret that this happened. We regret the impact that it has on taxpayers.
Minnesota Department of Revenue Assistant Commissioner Sarah Bronson says at this point, all letters have already been sent out. And while it might seem unfair, the statute of limitations hasn't expired on 2019 returns. So the law requires you to pay.
Our job at the Department of Revenue is to take the laws that the legislature enacted and make sure that they're carried out.
It doesn't stop Ortley or the 50 clients coming in weekly about this error from being frustrated.
They still have glitches in their software. So I'd advise people, make sure you run the numbers or have somebody run it because they're not all correct.
Bronson adds that the state is always continuing to improve and refine their process and that a lot of people look at these forms and instructions before they go out.